Hello, everyone. I'm Jamie Price. Welcome to the January Energies and happy 2022. So, the energies that Ariane, the Lyran Council of Time, have given me overall for the year are creative harmonics. It is definitely going to be a powerful year, and I recommend that you watch that 2022 overview video for more information about the overall energies, and I'll link that below. Now, let's just dive right into the January energies. And of course, what I'm always guided to share from Ariane is a progression of topics each month that build your mental and emotional strength and clarity to support you through this natural evolution of ascension that we're going through. And of course, the topics this year are focused on elevating you into that next creative harmonic so that you are holding the higher octave of the future that you want to create and that you want to bring here for humanity. And last year, it brought a new level of healing and boundaries so that you're focusing your energy into this realm, not just reacting and responding to others, and especially not the disempowerment narratives that abound for now. There is such a strong integration of your feminine energetic throughout this year, especially so that you're using that full flow of creation and really tuning into your own intuition and finding nurturing connections. So that's going to be a big energetic. And for those of you on my newsletter, you've been aware of some of the healing information that's been flowing around that strongly since about August, and especially healing the ancient collective wounding that has suppressed the feminine energetic that is within all of us. And especially that connection with the activation of Ophiuchus, that 13th sign of the zodiac, and that powerful eclipse we just had in December. And all of this deeply relates to the January energies. And I'm also going to share the vision actually that I had for this year, which just recently arrived and probably will continue to unfold in some different ways because sometimes that's just how it goes. And also very important, Ariane has said that the January energies always represent a focal point for the entire year's energies, meaning they're very important. They are the foundation upon which the energies build. So you want to keep the January energies in mind, even as you're moving throughout the year, because they're going to be very important. So finally, without further ado, the January energies are inner power. So this will be a year where throughout your inner power is a main focus. And it's imperative to elevating your creative harmonic, holding that higher octave of what you're creating that is held within your sacred space. So what I'm actually going to do is share three main ways that we're going to be integrating our inner power. And this actually relates to the vision that I was given this year. So let's start there. So when I was meditating, I heard we're entering the mouth of the dragon, which sounds intense. And last year's vision was very intense as well. It had a lot to do with dragons, but it's going to become clearer throughout the year. And it felt related to becoming the empowered flow of the elements of creation. And dragons represent that mastery of the elements. And as I heard we're entering the mouth of the dragon, I was shown the spiral, which Ariane talks about a lot. And I was shown that spinning through the spiral, which was entering the mouth of the dragon as that spiral is spinning tighter and faster. And I was actually also shown the Barbary crop circle from I think it was the early 90s. And that's actually how we're going to approach this. But I do recommend that you read my post about it because it's a deep activation of information from the crop circle. And of course, I'll link that below. But we are going to focus on the three main ways that our inner power for January is represented in the triangle of the Barbary crop circle. So it's a triangle that has something coming out of each of the 3 points. And then in that midpoint where all of the points come together, there's concentric circles that are emanating out. And of course, the triangle is also the pyramid, the tetrahedron. But the bottom left of that crop circle, as I was shown to orient it for these purposes, is that jagged spinning circle at the bottom that kind of looks like the Fibonacci spiral. And this actually represents your inner realm and that feminine energetic meeting the masculine energetic of action and externalizing. And it's where your positive flow should be holding that neutral energy of all is well. I'm capable. I'm joyful and loving. I'm safe through change. All change is improvement. And I was shown this in this instance with that Fibonacci spiral that's coming off of the bottom of the triangle as representing the dragon's teeth. And this metaphor of where the energy meets friction or where it's chewed or spiraling or cycling through time, going through transformation and being prepared for new connection. And this is why inner power is so important because, as Ariane talks about a lot, you never just hear or see something. It becomes part of you. It becomes part of your information. And you are meant to receive life. You are also meant to be sovereign within your sacred realm, which is where your inner power is, and focus your intention into your sacred space. That's what holding space means. So you're nurturing your inner realm, and this is vital for transmuting information or that friction of change. And you're also protecting your energy by choosing what you allow within your sacred space, within your sacred focus, so that you can maintain your loving, neutral resonance and resolve your inner information into new potential. And then holding that, sustaining that, holding that higher octave. Now, for this month, we're only going to talk about that one corner of the Barbary crop circle in detail. But let's talk about the 3 main focuses of inner power for this month. First, honoring and protecting your inner realm. So, in some ways, it's like you are the dragon's teeth, preparing and changing what you receive. So choose wisely where your focus is, what you take in by choice. And be sure you're not in a pattern of avoidance, and that will look different for each person because we're all meant to focus in ways that compel us. Some people like dance or sports or cooking, whatever is inspiring to you. Choose what you're allowing in your inner realm. Honor and protect your inner realm. And that friction is just an indicator of change. So when you can hold your neutrality, you let that change occur more easily. Your inner power is accepting that change state and nurturing that change state, which actually leads me into the second topic, which is observing with neutrality. Whether you're observing yourself or someone else, something collective, something that you're seeing in the world around you, can you hold your neutrality, which is that open, patient, relaxed, not needing to control state of being. And it's perfectly fine for that to not be a monotone, to have ups and downs. You might have an initial reaction of polarization, but get back to that neutrality. Observe it with neutrality. Oh, look, that made me angry. And then nurture yourself into that peace that passes all understanding, that all is well and it's changing. As you observe with neutrality, you're beginning to smooth those rough edges that the dragon's teeth, the transformation, is naturally creating. You're releasing friction by relaxing more, observing with neutrality, and supporting change to occur more easily. And your neutrality allows new information to flow, to actually shift you past what's known or what you might expect into sometimes what seems magical, but truly it's just the next creative harmonic. It's that next octave that wasn't necessarily believed possible by someone that was focusing only on what is. And that third focus for your inner power is releasing time, or essentially being in the present. When you let your focus come within yourself in the present moment, this is where your power truly is. It's the present that contains all time. And as you recognize that you are like the dragon's teeth, you are transforming whatever you receive within you. In that present moment, you are having the strength that the past has built. There's all the potentials that are possible in the future. And that present moment is what builds that future, that new harmonic. So you're observing with neutrality because your inner power is infinite. That's your subtle space. It's not bound by physicality. It's not bound by the rules of time, even though we experience it through time. It's the fractal manifestation of the universe. So releasing time, that you are timeless and all time is flowing through you. Life is wanting to be consumed by you. That's how life renews and rebirths. All that's occurring, there's a higher octave of potential within it that supports the evolution of life. Look for those sweet potentials, because you aren't responsible for saving the world, but savor it. This is a change state occurring naturally. We're entering the mouth of the dragon, where we're processing life with greater mastery of the elements that create. And all of that is within you. All is well and changing because of you, because of your inner power to hold a creative harmonic of change. Holding that higher octave of potential within, because it's not manifest yet. You hold the resonance. While many others are doubting, they're trying to push against what is, they're focusing on the problem. It takes inner power to trust life, to observe the problem with neutrality, and maintain that inner power through the process of change, knowing that improvement is manifesting through you. The new Learning Light Language online class is available, and these classes generally sell out. So if you're interested in activating or even expanding this natural and exciting multidimensional communication with me, this class is really powerful. Also, the annual subscription savings are only available through mid-January. So if you want to go deeper into healing and learning about the monthly topics with me, the journey offers a lot of expansion as we move through the 4 pillars of ascension on each of the monthly topics. And that also includes the Lyran perspective and the monthly energies, which of course I'll be doing both of those in January. So if you are interested in joining me for any of those classes, then you can check out the details in the information below. And we actually have a brand new website launching in mid-January, which I am so excited about. So as soon as that's launched, I will let you know about that. Now, I want to talk about the light language coming up because it was such a great support for these times as we are going through such a really interesting and often intense energy. And I was actually feeling a lot of powerful divine masculine support, which it seems like lately in the past half of the year, I was feeling a lot of feminine energy. So this is really nice to feel the divine masculine. And I could also really strongly feel Egyptian energy. And I was noticing a lot of movement through the meridians and especially affecting the head, the throat, and the heart, and creating not only that greater heart-mind balance, but I could really feel that courage to express and a powerful activation in the third eye and the crown chakras, which will be really great for sustaining inner power. So you may want to come back to the light language throughout the month so that you can deepen your inner power and balance that divine masculine and feminine energetic, which will be very important this year. And this month's healing focus to amplify your inner power is my inner power is infinite power. My inner power is infinite power. So, especially when you find yourself pushed or pulled into others' dramas too much, just bring yourself back within and use that healing focus to help you realign with your sovereign realm. So, just take a few relaxing breaths and repeat slowly. My inner power is infinite power. My inner power is infinite power. And use that throughout the month to tune into some of the things that you might be releasing or activating so that you can sustain that higher octave of creation and utilize that momentum of the subtle realm. So please like and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so that as we are entering the mouth of the dragon, or as Ariane puts it, as the spiral is tightening, you are able to relax into change more and really use your inner power of transformation. Those 3 topics of focus this month: honor yourself, observe with neutrality, and release the burden of time. I hope you have a powerful January, an amazing 2022, and enjoy the light language. Wren na rorma anj grar ukor braudahat et eronum oom. Nem gran na rot ukuraklal cranchet such baka terana. Som hatchat akro kam brer hanat eret at eklel kon stan suchukror hakai ut orum amdat anj grairat a. San sheretanem hakrandod orat akrael enenen sucha. Sham orum dar taknend a kam ha sua. Shum dar teneshterut o kort grel krimehet nim arum amne rat et mna tun krande hikel kremeb anja. Wenne ka Rum ma nand kad arkrel rumeht nam mnim hakreratok okoa. Kan sharat sanjarim emjor krel giner hakinen arod unum. Bramema ashtanot sun chakrend herem end oro okoa. Ka sum shanjakrayedet him. Sonon shurkrand abdal gnen hormem kon gnen heterod o korm bapchen ned gnet orm. Ka sum sharat hand kanja tandat hurmem rakrel gnen hetieret no rudit hurm pam grandat hurm ka kom san shun sta hurm ka hurm apriand akrandat o kwa kanand harandand rumahat bral alal umnanshat hurmam dernot o ko sanan shakrir hamder tanand kwa sa sham kwa Mneraka sonja banda mem kan no mem at nat sent shorm nan krand hanen orma run pana tand kand sem shor sum janduk or krandat im brandat or takral hanen en shur nem such okwam danorma sum charakrand hand nem amram daur atakrael aranend sush tanench grorum pa sum web Shanor atakrael renenda brem nan ancharut o koret katsushtan